Okay, let's get into it. Prime Minister Scott Morrison last year had a strategy or a dream, should I call it actually, a fantasy. Get to the end of the year, to Christmas, everyone then vaccinated, almost. They did pretty well on that. Virus beaten, the economy then opens, everyone has a happy summer, and then come about now. Great news. We're all happy again with the government. We're doing well. We can't even remember the early stuffing around with the vaccines. So Morrison then can call an election. It's due by May at the latest. And bye-bye Labor. And hello, freedom. Great message.
But now it's time for governments to step back and for Australians to take their lives back and for Australians to be able to move forward with the freedoms that should be theirs.
Trouble is, the whole strategy then hit the wall. The Omicron virus came along, stuffed Morrison's plans completely. In fact, on Saturday, 98 Australians died with the virus. On Sunday, 97. Luckily today, half that. But so many people now are isolating themselves from, being contacts and all that. The shops have had trouble finding staff and filling shelves. And I've got to say, the national mood seems sour. You just look at the Newspoll today. The government is now 8 points behind Labor. That's a massive gap. And Morrison's lead over Labor leader Anthony Albanese, which was a massive 2-1 a year or two ago, that's almost vanished completely. This government is headed for a hiding and seems clueless about how to turn things around. I mean, there was Treasurer Josh Frydenberg today, the poor schmuck who had to front the cameras.
There is a message in that news poll, and that is that many Australians continue to do it very tough.
And talking about clueless, I mean, the Scott Morrison now has a plan to blitz the ABC, 7:30, insiders, 3 or 4 different interviews, Great. It's like walking into an ABC studio with a baseball bat and say, can you hit me a few more times in front of your audience? How many ABC viewers do you think is going to turn around? By the way, would he come into this studio? I don't think so. Talk to Conservatives? I don't think so. Joining me is the panel, Michael Kroger, former Victorian Liberal President, Steve Conroy, former Labor Senator and Federal Cabinet Minister. Michael Kroger, how did it get this bad?
Well, the government's been in power a long time, Andrew. It's lost the war in relation to the pandemic response. All the credit's gone to the states, not the feds. If the government's re-elected, at the end of a term, it'll be older than the Howard government was, which is one of the reasons why it's very hard to win and very hard to win a 4th term. The pandemic response has basically chloroformed all of its other policies, and whilst they've tried to spend a huge amount of money, which they have, over $300 billion, they haven't got the credit for it. The credit's gone to the states for all the reasons that we know, because they seem to be stronger. The real problem for the government is this, that this poll today shows them 12% behind two-party preferred. At this exact time, 3 years ago, they're only 5% behind. So they're more than double behind the poll in 2019. Now, admittedly, that poll was wrong in the end, but not by 12%. So the government's well behind. They've got a lot of work to do, but they can win the election, and they can win it on interest rates.